Welcome, Capricorn, to your mid-month reading for June. Hope your friends are doing great out there. If your friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, guys, let's see what's going on with you in the mid-month. Best message for the beautiful Capricorn. Best message, what we got going on here is power. Oh my gosh, I love that, you guys. Straight into that power in the mid-month, talking about that hard work. You know where you're going. You have the power to do so. Nice. Let's see what's going on. Get some cards out with the clarifications. Oh man, they are warm and ready to rock and roll for you. A little impatient going on this month. The spiritual strength is a little upside down, but that's okay because I feel like you're going to end up regaining that through the power. So it kind of feels almost like it's a little wishy-washy. It's a little bit up and down. But I think that that just feels like it's because of the impatience. But I think within the power that's coming through and the strength, everything's going to, yes, come out with the triumph. And it's because you're kind of overworking it and kind of just pushing so hard. There's all kinds of encouraging things going on. At this mid-month for you, you might just need to prioritize and relax a little bit so that way you can kind of bring the spiritual strength back up. It just feels like a push because of all the strength that you have. And you know, when we get a little impatient, we do over push. So it's okay though. It seems okay because you're getting to where the love begins underneath the patience. Not wanting to reflect on anything, you know, and it probably would be that way though, Cap. Why? Because when I'm on a power move and I am overly powered and overly ready to go, I don't have time to sit down and think at this time. But Spirit does say that it could be a little bit of time that once you do find the time to kind of settle down just for a moment, I believe that all the patience and all this stuff will actually start coming back. But not at the mid-month. At the mid-month, you're going to be too busy pushing to want to do any real shadow work or kick back and relax or go into any kind of hiding mode. You can't, right? There's going to be no over reflection on anything because you're just pushing. So that's just not going to happen. And then rejoice and celebration. At the bottom of the deck, though, I do have the rest and relaxation is saying, yeah, because I'm not going to rest and relax, right? Because I don't need that right now. You're just looking for something to go after. You know what you're going after with the triumph and the love begins. So yeah, I don't feel like there is going to be any relaxation. So I think the only reason it's coming up is because there could be a piece within you that it kind of like is like, maybe I should relax. Maybe I feel like there should be a day that I should be able to relax in the mid-month, but your impatience, you're not going to allow that, right? You're not really going to strive for that. You might be thinking it like I need to calm down a little, you know, take a time out, because I do think by the end of the month, you're going to be like, you know, I just pushed so hard. I'm going to go to the pool and, you know, relax, find that Netflix and actually enjoy it myself. But right now it's saying, nope, even if you're thinking it, it's not going to happen, right? Okay. Let's see what's going on over here within the patience. Clarifying on the patience. Okay. Oh, there you go. Yep. You're pushing. You get this fire energy that's going through. You look at this, all this fire energy within the strength and within the Knight of Wands. It's because you're saying, I have what I want for the triumph. And the success, and I have to go for what I want. So kind of like you're out there exploring what exactly it is you need and forcefully pushing. You probably have a lot of maybe job, I don't know, like maybe busy schedules, and maybe certain jobs need to be done. So you have a priority to get this done by a time limit. I do feel like there's some kind of time limit for some of you. You know, this paperwork has to be done at this time because that's what's going on, right? So for some of you, that's why you're pushing so hard, because you know this is on a timetable in its own way, right? Fire energy, again, somebody has fire rising. Could be some Leo rising or some Aries rising. That's what I'm really feeling. Could be Sag, some kind of fire. I'm really feeling that Leo rising though right now, getting into the creativity. I'm not really using so much spiritual strength at this time. In fact, it's a little bit different. If anything, I'm being more creative about the situation. Right? So the faith and the trust of where you're putting something isn't so much like within the area of the spiritual strength at this time. It's more of a on the level, on the earth level, I've got to go, right? So that power and that strength and creativity is really coming out using a lot of logical thinking, but there is going to still be some intuition, of course, because you're still going to get the gut feeling of this is how it has to be. Wow, guys. Yeah, because I'm not putting up with any kind of disappointments. And it does feel at mid-month that somebody might be holding out a cup of disappointment, and you're just going to slide right by that, right? Because you're going to say, no, I have an understanding of what's going on. I'm too optimistic, I'm too much in a hurry to get this done. This feels very time-based in your own way. You either have some kind of time agenda where you want something done. Maybe you've been putting off something too long. Something of this nature, or your book is full of appointments and you're really busy somehow or another. So yeah, quick thinking, June, getting it going, right? Yeah, traveling towards your resources. Yeah. So where the love begins is definitely traveling towards the resources and the things that you know that you've planted seeds. You could even, like I said, be thinking later about, you know what, after all this is over, maybe I'll make a retreat for myself later, but not now. I don't have time. So definitely seeing that. Yeah, because you're not going to allow any towers to happen. Whoa, because I'm telling you, somebody's going to hand you this cup of disappointment, and they're trying to make you, something's going to happen that's going to be kind of shocking and overwhelming in the mid-month. It has something to do with this card, guys. Somebody's handing you something. And it's going to be a little bit shocking and it's going to kind of put you in dismay with the tower over here. It's going to kind of rumble your world a little bit, but you have the rejoice and celebration with the 3. So if you did have a major appointment with somebody, maybe very big, somebody that you knew was going to make you a lot of money or something like that in business, they may be backing out. They may be telling you they need to, they're not going to come, or they want to reschedule. And however it is, it's a backfire. They're right off, it's a backfire. So whatever this cup of disappointment is, it's definitely a backfire. And it might even be with the 9 of Pentacles that you have to kind of pick up the pace a little bit in that area. You might have to try to reschedule someone else in, or hope you have another client come through, something of this nature. I see this huge disappointment. But it's not going to set you back too much because you're too fiery for that. Okay, so with the rejoice and celebration, you have the Fool. So after, well, yeah, it could be a little bit of a risk of whatever it needs to happen next through the situation, but it feels like it's going to be okay, and that the problem is going to kind of work itself out. So whatever this issue is that's going to come in to impact your daily routine as you're moving, it's definitely going to work its kinks out. It does feel like if you did have this busy agenda, you're going to lose this client who could have possibly make you a lot of money. It just feels like everything's going to work out as the Fool comes back around and say, don't worry about that. Okay, because you've got a whole new day ahead of you. And it feels like there's going to be some kind of creative, pursuit going on over here between the Fool and the Queen of Wands, as it's saying, that's okay, that's how you're going to work around it. It's kind of like the connections are coming to points to kind of spiderweb its way around the situation. Wow, it's like fixing the situation. So where it feels like it's going to be like you're going to have a heart attack because this is going to happen, it's not going to be that way. Next thing you know, it's almost like a overwhelming circumstance where it could feel like it's taken way overboard. And it's going to be on your side more than anything. It could be the other person that you're overwhelming them. But it definitely feels like you, for the majority of you. And it does feel like chaos, and it feels like it's something that's going to disrupt your day towards the end of the mid-month, probably about the somewhere between the, oh God, I would say the 20th to the 23rd for sure. But it just feels like you're going to work yourself all up inside your head, my friends, and you're going to realize it's not that big of a worry. Like everything's going to work itself out, right? It's going to work out. So, yeah, and it's because you still have this power that's not only within you, but that's also empowering around you. So whatever is happening, everything's going to come back, definitely back together. Wow, it's very interesting. It's very interesting. Because it's kind of like that, kind of like, oh shoot, what am I going to do now if they do this? And get you all up inside your head and get your emotions all worked out. But then you're going to realize by almost the end of the month, dude, that it was like, oh, okay, never mind. I took that. It's almost like it was just taken way over the top. And it could also be because you're in this rushing area of your life and you don't have, you know what I mean? Sometimes when we're like super rushing, we don't have time for mistakes. We don't need any mistakes. I don't need you calling off to tell me that you can't be here for this schedule. You know, I have other things to do. I'm very busy. And so it kind of feels like, oh shit, they set me back. But then in the end, you're going to find out it really wasn't a setback at all. Okay. So I love it. Love it, love it. Somehow or another, it's going to expand and grow. Yeah. And the overall message for this is strength. It's just going to grow its own strength back. Huh. Okay. So, yeah, just taking on that strength and power in the mid-month. So, just watch this, though. Okay? So, it just feels like whatever felt like it's a doomsday will work its way out to be a better day. Okay? It's actually going to feel like also, I just want to bring this up before I end this video, you guys, that it almost feels like when this comes, another door opens for you to be able to take a risk or take a, you know what I'm saying? Somebody is either going to come through this door over here and open it all the way back up, or it's going to open a door for you to take a risk to do something, right, in the place of what this is, but it will be fantastic, and it's just going to give you more strength to carry through. You see what I'm saying? So it's almost like a negative is going to turn into a positive in the end. So that's, wow. Okay. And that was it for you, my friends. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.